using 10 through 90 using place value and property of operations. So the standard that we'll be covering is 3NBT3, multiplying one-digit whole numbers by multiples of 10 in that range. And we'll begin by going over just the different activities that the students will be doing. Each activity ranges from individual to group classwork and hands-on activities for the students to understand the topic. So for activity one, the students will be doing a sticker giveaway, and in that it entails that the students are going to have to read the order number. So for example, order number one is 7 groups of friends, and each group gets 60 stickers. The students will then have to give the total number of stickers for each group of friends, give a sticker story title, and then write a story based off of the stickers and how they like to distribute them, who are they giving the stickers to, are they for pen pals, etc. The students are going to have to think of the tens. 60 is like 6 tens, so we'll think of it as 6 groups, so think of it as 7 groups of 6 tens. That'll be the place value understanding of the activity. They will multiply 7 groups of 6 tens, which is 42 tens. 42 tens then becomes 420. So they'll record it and fill in the total sticker column of 420. And then the cross-cultural learning aspect to this activity would be language arts, and the students would have to connect it to a story who they will be sending the stickers to, etc. And the way that we would assess this activity is students who correctly calculate the total stickers for each order can keep a portion of stickers as reward, and then as the teacher, I'd observe the students and use place value and multiplication strategies to see if they understand the overall activity. So for activity 2, students are going to multiply multiples of 10 in a candy factory. So students will learn how the place value and math for multiplying can be easy. This is a hands-on activity, so students will be given the materials of like candy and candy boxes to sort this together. So it'll be this worksheet, and then students will be given different candy boxes with fake candy, like little jelly beans or like marbles to put these things together. They're going to have to read the order number. So for order 1, it's 1 is for 6 boxes, and each box has 30 candies. They'll use the candy counters that represent candies in each box. So 30 is 3 tens. We'll make 6 groups of 3 tens, and then they'll move on as such. So 30 is 3 tens and the 6. Then the students will have to fill in the total candies. So for the first column, it would be 180. They would write the calculation sentence. And for this cross-cultural connection, it can be related to social studies, economics, and money. So students will be discussing how, math is used in business and the necessary properties and understanding and counting money in those components. For us to assess the students' learning and mastery, we will take a look at each order number and see which orders are correct in a fun way to be competitive, so the students who have the correct order number did not have any frustrated customers and they had a successful workday. So for activity 3, students are going to be given, this is a project for them, so in this project they will be asked to write a song explaining how to multiply by tens. This should be very creative and fun, so for each element in the song, this is kind of like the rubric the students would have to follow. These are the components that would need to be included in the song. The objective is to create a song that teaches others how to multiply by one-digit numbers, which is the standard. Students will have the opportunity to perform their project for extra credit. I would use an assessment rubric to make sure students meet the standards and requirements for this project. So as long as they're following all the elements in the project, then it would seem like they would hopefully meet the standard. Cross-cultural learning experience would be music, so connecting music to math and how that can be a creative outlet for students. And overall, this is my overall project. So activities 1 through 4 as explained, covering the topic and the standard for 4th grade. Okay, and finally for activity 4, this one is just very straightforward. Just having students work on individual worksheets with multiplication and word problems, but in this, I think it would be fun to give them like Legos or candy or some kind of physical thing to work with to help them learn and see a visual of what they are doing. So this is just kind of a recap of all the things that would have been covered under the standard for the students to individually work on. And another cross-cultural lesson that they can learn from this is science. So in the sciences, they have to use different measurements to apply with what's going on. Science and math typically overlap, so having this foundation of learning